Hi class, welcome back to our review of Unit 1 through Unit 3. This is what I posted on Edmodo before we went off to our Thanksgiving break. And let's review some of the answers. So for Chapter 1, our vocabulary worksheet, let's go over it. So how old is your daughter? Right, I am giving you the answers. I hope that you did your work already and that you can check your answers with me. 2, there are exercise classes every Friday at the community center. Last weekend, we went to Mount Snow on a hiking trip. The school is celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday. So you celebrate holidays, right? And MLK Day or Martin Luther King Jr. Day is something that we celebrate. My daughter is 8 years old. She goes to elementary school. Remember, most 8-year-olds, like my daughter, will be in 3rd grade. Sometimes 3rd graders might have a 9-year-old or even a 10-year-old if they get held back. 6, after high school, my son is going to go to college, right? So after high school, you will move to college or a junior college, a community college, or you could go to a university. And then after that, they can go on to graduate school. 7, my date of birth is October 7, 1990, right? If you say my birthday is, it's a little different, right? But if you have date of, it's date of birth. 8, I want to register my son for school. All right, part B, complete the sentences with these words in the box. All right, so I've done it and we're going over number 1. My son is in the 5th grade. 2, Lisa Martini is giving a jazz concert tonight. 3, we're paying for our 15-year-old to attend a private school. Remember, private school is different from public school or charter school, right? Private school, parents will have to pay for their tuition and things like that. 4, public schools are free, right? So you don't have to pay for tuition. You get to go to school for free. Public schools, you will go to the one in your neighborhood. So depending on where you live, you'll be in a different school district. 5, Marie is going to be a doctor. Right now, she's studying in medical school. 6, what's your daughter's date of birth? Right. So date of birth, again, and birthday is similar, but it's a little different. We can ask, when is your daughter's birthday? Or what is your daughter's date of birth? Right. C, write the correct words to complete the conversation. So you have 2 people talking, the A and the B person. A is asking, may I help you? B is going to answer, yes, please. I want to register my daughter for school. A, okay, what's her last name? Remember, last name, apellido, is Wong, right? B answers Wong. And what's her first name? Amelia. What's her date of birth? July 23rd, 2005. Now let's go to our grammar of chapter 1. So I like to listen to jazz, right? You have your infinitive. 2, Gregory baked an apple pie this morning. Your keyword is this morning, so it's past. Right? 3, Andrea is busy. She's working right now. So your keyword right here is right now. Then you have the present continuous. We swam at the beach last Sunday afternoon. 5, I'm going to give my wife a watch for her birthday. So we know going to is your future tense, and I'm going to give. 6, we don't drive to the beach very often. Remember, when it's negative, you use the regular verb. Part B, Ivan is reading the newspaper now, right? So now, use is reading. He reads the newspaper every day. So when it's something that happens regularly, you use this. Joan wrote 10 letters yesterday. Past tense, you have the past tense. She really likes to write letters, right? This is every day on a regular basis. Alan cooked dinner for his family last night, and he's going to cook dinner for them again tonight. Right? Remember this ed sounds like a T, cooked. 4, our son's birthday is tomorrow. We aren't going to give him a shirt. We gave him a shirt last year. If you did your workbook, this should seem very familiar, right? The patterns. My friends and I went swimming yesterday, and we're going to go swimming tomorrow. Part C, you have to put in what makes sense, right? Grandma is in the yard. She's planting flowers. She plants flowers every spring. Are you going to go to the mall today? No, I'm not. I went to the mall yesterday. Number 3, Marissa gave her brother a book for his birthday last year. This year, she's going to give him a sweater. 4, my brother isn't going to drive to the beach today. He drove to the beach yesterday. Part 5, did you make eggs for breakfast? No, I didn't. I'm going to make them tomorrow. Remember eggs, them, right? My brother, he, right? So review chapter 1 if you are still having issues with that. Now, chapter 2, vocabulary. The PE teacher's classes are in the gym, right? So you have the people that you need to know, they're people in the jobs, and then the location that they work at, right? There's a lunchroom monitor in the cafeteria. So there you have lunchroom monitor. They normally work or do their duty in the cafeteria. The guidance counselor helps students make good decisions. That's their role, their job that they do. The school secretary works in the school office, the place that they're in. Connect the power cable to the port. The power button is on the front of the computer, right? For certain computers, the one in our computer lab that we're at, if you look behind your monitor, there's a little button usually on your right side. So it's on the side in our classroom. 7, to use the internet, connect the computer to a modem. Right, this is what people do back then. Most of our internet connections now are wireless. All right. So number 1, when I feel sick at school, I go to the nurse's office. 2, the cafeteria workers serve lunch every day. 3, the computer lab is on the 2nd floor. 4, connect this cable to the port on the back of the computer. 5, connect the cable on your keyboard to a USB port. We did these in the end of chapter 2. You saw a picture in your textbook. So if you don't remember these, look back there. Always plug your computer to an outlet with a surge protector. This one I don't think we've seen in class. So look that up if you don't know what it is. It's a, I can show you that in class if you don't know what it is tomorrow, but if you look it up, you can see the image and you'll understand what it is. Part C, many people work in a school. The principal manages the school. So we need to know the people and then their role, right? And then also where they work. So where or the location that you might find them in, location. The school secretary works in the front office. So that's where you would find her, and answers the phone and helps the principal. The librarian takes care of the library. So you could find the librarian in the library. The school nurse takes care of children when they're sick. right? And we know the nurse is in the nurse's office. The teachers teach the classes, right? The cafeteria workers prepare and serve the food. Cafeteria workers, sometimes you'll hear them being called lunch ladies, right? But of course, they can be men too, so we can call them cafeteria workers. Prepare and serve the food. And the security officer makes sure everyone is safe. Right, so very good. We're halfway done with the review for Unit 2. So now the grammar. Where's the flower? So this is for Unit 2, recall our count and non-count, right? Non-count nouns. So if you don't remember those, you need to go back and review those. We need to know everything, and all the units is going to build on the next one, and then you have to remember things. Don't forget it. 2, we can't make pizza for lunch. There isn't any cheese. How many meatballs do you want? Remember meatballs? You see an S, it should tell you that you can count them. So many, right? Not the non-count. We use count nouns, have this word, many. 4, I want just a little rice, right? So for rice, you're not going to count individual grains of rice. They're too small. So we're going to use little. 5, my doctor says I eat too many eggs, right? So count many. 6, I don't like vegetables very much. I hardly eat them, right? So your S here, you know, it's a count noun, use them. 7, too much sugar is bad for your health, right? Remember, sugar is non-count, so we use much. All right, part B. We can't make a salad for dinner because there isn't any lettuce. Lettuce, non-count, we use this. Not too many French fries, please. Remember French fries? You can count them, 1 French fry, 2, 3 fries. So like I told you in class, my son will sit in the back of the van and ask for French fries. And if I ask him how many, he will tell me he wants 3, and I can count them out for him, 1, 2, and 3, and put them in his little plastic plate. All right, 3, how much milk do you want? Right, if things end in a question mark, you know that you need to start with some kind of question word. We can't make any lemonade, because there aren't any lemons, right? So lemons, plural or count, use aren't. I want just a few potatoes, please. How many tomatoes did you put in the salad? I bought only a little ice cream at the supermarket. Remember, ice cream is non-count, so we use little, right? If you are talking with a measure word, you can say gallons. So we could say, I bought a gallon of ice cream, 1 gallon. Or we could say, I bought a few gallons of ice cream, or I bought 3 gallons of ice cream, right? But if there's no measure word in front, you can use a little. Now, part C, you're using many, much, few, and little, right? They want you to use this to fill in the blank and make sentences and answers and questions. So number 1 is a question. So you have to use a question word. How many cookies did you eat? Please don't give me too much chocolate cake, right? Do you want to have a little more coffee? How much meat did you buy when you went to the supermarket? Remember, meat is non-count, so we use much. Cookies is count, so we use many. I feel sick when I eat too many onions. Do you want some potatoes? They're delicious. Yes, please, but just a few. All right, let's go to chapter 3. How much is a loaf of bread? Right, these are your measure words or your partitives, right? How much does a gallon of milk cost? How much is a bunch of bananas? How much does a bowl of soup cost? Remember, soup, if you go to a restaurant, you could have a cup or you could have a big bowl, right? So soups, depending on what the answer choices are, bowl or cup is okay too. Apples are in the produce section. Remember, produce is where you have fruits and vegetables. Ice cream is in the frozen food section, right? This is where I need to stay away from because I really like ice cream. Juice is in the beverages section. Chicken is in the meat section. All right, part B. Lettuce, that's a vegetable, so it's in the produce section. Bread is in the baked goods section, right? So baked good, you might find bread, you might find donuts. I really like the tortillas at HEB, so I would go there for the baked goods sections, and my kids like the cupcakes and things like that that you can find in baked goods. Cheese is in the dairy section. And remember, dairy can have milk, yogurt, cheese, all those. How much does a dozen eggs cost? How much is a pound of fish, right? So we're measuring these. So now you can count them if you put a measure word in front of them. How much is a bottle of soda? Part C, you're going to complete the conversation with words that will make sense, right? A, excuse me, where are the tomatoes? B answers, they're in the produce section. And where is the milk? It's in the dairy section. Okay, and how much is this head of lettuce? And how much does this head of lettuce cost? $2.59, right? Or $2.59. Thank you. All right, so when you're going to the grocery store, you can ask something like this. If you want to write your own conversation and have me check in class, you can do that too. Just show me tomorrow in class. Now our last page. Please give me a bowl of chicken soup. 2, I bought a loaf of bread at the supermarket. 3, please give me an order of pancakes. 4, I'm going to add a little salt to the soup, right? Salt, non-count, so we say little. 5, I ordered rice with my chicken. The rice was very tasty. Please get a bottle of ketchup when you go to the store. So in the stores, you'll see bottles of condiments like ketchup and mustard and things like that. If you go to, say, a fast food place, the ketchups will be in packets, right? Packets. So they're kind of like these little tiny bags. They're called packets. We don't call them bags. Bags are usually big. 7, we need a quart of orange juice and a bunch of bananas. All right, the last part that we're gonna do through video is part B. We need a head of lettuce at the supermarket. Remember, it's the shape. Do you want to have a cup of hot chocolate? 3, please buy a ½ pound of Swiss cheese when you go to the store. So cheese, you could get them in little blocks and they could be measured out by pounds, ½ pounds. If you're lazy, like me for my kids, a lot of times I buy cheese and cheese sticks, right? They're like bags with individually wrapped cheese sticks. So my son really likes cheese sticks. 4, do you want to have a piece of apple pie for dessert? Right, so they don't have slice here, but slice would also work. So you could say, do you want to have a slice of apple pie for dessert? All right, but in the box, piece is the best one. All right, 5, please get a box of cereal and a dozen eggs at the supermarket. 6, I want a dish of ice cream for dessert. Right, so in the book, a lot of times In our textbook, they use a dish of ice cream. If you go to some restaurants, maybe they'll serve it on a plate or a dish too. If you eat ice cream at home like me, I put it in a cup or a bowl, right? So if bowls and cups are not an option on your test and quizzes, then dish might be the next best answer, right? Like the textbook, they like that. 7, we need a gallon of milk and a bunch of carrots. So that is it for our review for the Thanksgiving break. Tomorrow class starts back up again, and let's have you try to do part C if you haven't already. And I'm gonna have you guys go up to the board and put the answers up in the beginning of class for this. So 6 little questions for you to do, and we will see you in class tomorrow. Bye.